Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. I thought this video deserved its own time slot, its own thing, because the topic at hand is quite large. So without further ado, let's jump into everything that we know so far. The SEC, or the Securities and Exchange Commission within the United States, is filing a lawsuit against Ripple. Likewise, the SEC considers XRP, Ripple's official digital currency, as an unregistered security offering, which was sold for $1.3 billion. A lot of the news floating around is stating that the lawsuit against Ripple is for $1.3 billion, when in fact the SEC is saying that they had an ICO or sold unregistered securities for $1.3 billion. The lawsuit against them is not specifically for the amount of $1.3 billion. It says the SEC charges Ripple and two executives with conducting a $1.3 billion unregistered security offering. In a new report, the SEC is also taking action against two of its executives, Bradley Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, and Chris Larsen, co-founder. According to the federal entity, both the CEO and the co-founder raised capital by selling XRP like a digital asset like Bitcoin or Ethereum in an unregistered security offering, which must be under the SEC's investor protection law. It says, and I do quote, "Issuers seeking the benefit of a public offering, including access to retail investors, that's everyday normal people, broad distribution in a secondary trading market, must comply with the federal securities laws that require registration of offerings unless an exemption from registration applies," stated Stephanie Avakian, director of the SEC's Enforcement Division. Throughout the statement, the SEC has declared that Larsen and Garlinghouse failed to inform the records and sales of their transactions. What happens is the SEC says that they want to be informed of everything that's been going on. And I'll tell you why this is all a bit weird and just about money. The entity also pointed out that both executives benefited from personal unregistered sales of XRP as well, approximately of around $600 million US. They said, "We allege that Ripple, Larsen, and Garlinghouse failed to register their ongoing offer and sale of billions of XRP to retail investors, which deprived potential purchasers of adequate disclosures about XRP and Ripple's business and other important long-standing protections that are fundamental to our robust public market system." If you look around for news, of course, a lot of people are not very happy at this news at the moment, especially people who you would call the XRP army, which I feel is whatever, calling them that. What it actually is Ripple for a very long time has told regulators, please regulate us. We want regulation. Tell us exactly what we need to do. And this has been ongoing for about a good 3 years. It's almost going on 4 years at this point that Ripple has come forward to the SEC. I saw a point that was mentioned in a couple of posts, and I was like, that actually does make a lot of sense. The really weird part is that the SEC is now charging them, Ripple, with having released, sold, whatever, unregistered securities to the market. What's really weird is that why not take them to court 3 or 4 years ago? Why wait to this point? Why wait until years have passed? In any other country, the moment you do something that's considered illegal or against the rules of their SEC, you're notified immediately. What is up with notifying a company 4 years after they've been going to you? I know, we all know that Ripple has basically been knocking and scratching on the door of the SEC for a very long time. We've heard the videos, we've heard the things, we've seen it on Twitter, where they basically go, yeah, we're trying to work with regulators as best we can, so that we get some type of regulatory clarity. That's the first point. It's a little weird, and it's clear that I think, from my point of view, that the SEC is simply trying to not exert pressure, but kind of show dominance within the cryptocurrency space. Many coins that are considered commodities, the SEC has no control over. Other coins that even could be considered securities, a lot of them don't have a face to the actual coin, and the SEC probably has no idea who to actually go for, so this is probably why they're doing this now. Once again, 3 years is a bit late, especially if you actually if you cared about what a company is doing against American investors, you would stop it immediately. You don't wait 3 years for potential retail investors to be shocked and or whatever, or to not have received regulatory whatever from the company who they were receiving the security from, you do it immediately. But that's an entire naturally that's the actual discussion that we're currently having right now. Someone in the comment section yesterday, when we first got wind of this news that it might be an actual thing, stated, what if this is the actual way that Ripple receives regulatory compliance? They've been asking for a long time. Hey, regulators, we want regulation. Please let us know what we are. Are we a security? Are we a commodity? Are we a currency? What exactly are we? They received regulatory compliance, also kind of weird, from every other country where they work. The United Kingdom, from Singapore, Japan, and I think they also have something in South Africa and somewhere else. They've all been deemed not to be a security within every other country. Immediately, the moment they ask, they get the information, but the United States has taken a couple of years. And I assume, once again, I think it always just has to do with money. So speculation, because I simply do not know, but I'm taking it as logic from the comments that I've been seeing around. What if this is the way that Ripple gets their regulatory compliance? Cool. Tell us exactly where we are. You're a security and we're going to sue you for the sale of XRP. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, cool. How much do we have to pay? Remember I told you yesterday, Block One, who created EOS, had a $4 billion ICO that they ran for the coin, and they were fined by the SEC $24 million. If Ripple did 1.6 million, I can only assume that they're probably, rough estimate, just going by the numbers, will probably have to pay $14 million as their actual penalty. But at that point, the same exact way that Block One and EOS are, moving and chugging along as they have been since last year, once they got the little, it's not even a slap on a wrist. Like if you made $4 billion and you paid $24 million, that means absolutely nothing to you. So this is what I assume is also going to happen to Ripple. This is an assumption. I am not Ripple. I am not Garlinghouse. I am most certainly not the SEC. But it feels like I would not put it out of the realm of possibility that Ripple was simply asking for so long and somebody was like, if you want it, you got to pay for it. And it kind of comes with a slap on the wrist saying, hey, you sold it before, pay us some money. And then things kind of end up moving along. So as it stands right now, here is the actual tweet from the SEC. It says, SEC charges Ripple and two executives with conducting a $1.3 billion unregistered security offering. Of course, you can see the comments are not too happy. Whether XRP is a security or not does not actually matter in the eyes of investors. If it's a security, they simply have to, the same exact way that Grayscale and MicroStrategy have been building their Bitcoin funds, they went through the SEC. It's a fairly normal thing. A couple of years ago, when people got wind and learned what a security was, it just kind of blew the entire thing off the cryptocurrency space, where people were like, if you're a security, you're evil because you have to be regulated. No, the Bitcoin and Ether are also considered commodities, and commodities in their own way are also regulated by the CFTC, but people tend to forget that portion. So I think what we're going to see is probably the entire song and dance. We will probably get news within the next couple of months from the SEC, because the SEC, here's the actual thing on their website. The SEC always posts like a really weird blog post of the people who they've charged with security offerings and stuff like that. But in the long run, I think XRP will be just fine. This is not going to be a major hindrance. They will then have proper, adequate information as to if Ripple, the company, is selling any XRP. They simply have to let the SEC know. It's not that the SEC is going to be like this brooding, dark ghost figure hovering around the office like, ooh, you have a security. It's going to be like okay, we have to sell 1.5 billion. We have to notify the SEC. Someone's making an XRP fund. Well, bam, there we go. We have to go through the SEC. And even more so, once again, if we get to the discussion of the digitization of securities, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and XRP is deemed a complete security by the SEC at the end of the lawsuit, well, that means XRP can also then be traded on digitized stock exchanges as well. So to answer your questions, because I know people are asking this, I still have my XRP. No, I have not sold my XRP. I am not what's the word? I'm not selling any of my crypto anytime soon. And we've had stuff like this happen before to other cryptocurrencies and other things like that who've been shocked or scared, or things that have happened and things have fallen down. I think and I'll say short term in crypto is like 1 to 3 years. I think XRP will do just fine. I still think at some point we are going to hit the previous prices. Will it? I can't give you a time frame for when it will happen, but if the entire market is really being dragged upward by a parabolic movement, XRP is also going to benefit from that as well. Anyway, that's the news. We have it. It's quite concrete. Here's the actual information on the SEC's website. Sure. Why not? Of course, there are many different websites that do not care for XRP in any way, shape, or form. I'm getting a lot of end of XRP ? Crypto exchanges discontinuing XRP trading. And I saw this about 5 different places talking about that XRP was being delisted from cryptocurrency exchanges. But when you actually look around to the crypto exchanges who are delisting XRP, it's one called Crosstower and one called Biaxi. If you're using Crosstower or Biaxi, you probably have not been into crypto for that long. So them delisting XRP is nothing. Don't forget that nearly every single cryptocurrency exchange is in some way regulated, like all the major ones, and they have their papers and orders to be able to sell securities. We got news about that from Coinbase, and I'm pretty sure Gemini and probably Binance as well. So just keep that in mind. I think any delistings that we could, no one knows the future, any delistings that we could see from major cryptocurrency exchanges would simply be a type of retaliation. I've assumed for a while that Coinbase just does not like Ripple. I'm not sure what it is. Once again, all these people know each other, but just because you know somebody does not mean that you did not have a falling out at some point. We heard before in the past, it's 2018-esque, that Coinbase believed, or still believes, I'm not sure, that Ethereum was going to flip Bitcoin and become the #1 coin. And this is why I also think it took them so long to add XRP onto their platform, because I think they simply don't like it. Or maybe they didn't bet on it enough, and therefore they bet more on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and this is why those coins kind of got... Anyway, the point is, yeah, sure. That's the news that we have right now. We'll see what happens. I think we are in a very doomy and gloomy period. I think we are in a very big, like, Schadenfreude kind of thing, where people make sure to feel happy, to feel bad about something. It is what it is. It's nothing but grown men in the cryptocurrency space who just act like kids. I assure you, people in normal finance don't do things like this. You kind of just pay attention to your own money. Like, I'm pretty sure people buying and selling and making millions worth of stocks don't have that laugh emoji with tears coming out of its eyes as some other company does bad. Why? Because they're focused on making their own money. So I know that's not going to happen, because a lot of people in the cryptocurrency industry are basically toddlers at this point. So, cool. And something I also found interesting, if you will, is that a lot of people are still very bullish on XRP, regardless of the actual security SEC thing. I'm not bullish on XRP. I think in the long run, people will have forgotten about this. People have forgotten that the SEC also knocked on Ethereum's door. Same exact thing with Block 1. EOS. I'm pretty sure many, if not every other coin has had this situation before. When the other lawsuits have passed, the coin kind of picks itself back up and kind of continues moving forward. If it is indeed true, the news that we were getting in 2018 and 2019, that Ripple has indeed partnered with every single bank within India, has partner banks within the United Kingdom, is partnered with the largest banks in Japan, I think in the long run they'll do just fine, because it's also in their... Whoa, moved out the microphone. It's also in their best interest to make sure that XRP survives, because they do have a lot of XRP. So, like I said, I think this warranted its own video because it's such a huge topic. I don't want to put it in the normal news stuff, because this would have... I don't know how long the video is, but it would have been in that normal thing, and it seemed a little cluttery, if you will. We'll see what happens. I give it by... I want to say April or May. The SEC will have probably come to a decision as to exactly how much Ripple has to pay. It'll make it into the news again. XRP will fall further, a little bit more in price, because it will have re-entered the public consciousness that there was a lawsuit. And then after that, once they are officially regulated, because this is the regulation they've been asking for, they will then be officially regulated. And the entire question of if they are a security completely goes away. Yeah, they're security. They're also completely regulated. Completely regulated within the United States. And therefore, they can start making that US money. I do hope you all enjoyed in some sort of way. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And yeah, I will be talking to you all soon. See you.